In the cheerful town of Sunnyvale, there lived a little girl named Lila. Lila had rosy cheeks, sparkling blue eyes, and a bright smile that could light up any room. She adored animals and spent most of her days playing with her pet bunny Fluffy. Thank you, sweeties, for your like, share, and subscribe. One bright sunny morning, Lila woke up to the sound of a soft meow outside her window. Curiosity bubbling inside her, she peeked out and saw a tiny, scruffy kitten shivering on her doorstep. "Oh dear, you look lost," she exclaimed as she quickly rushed to scoop up the trembling bundle of fur. The kitten had soft gray fur, big green eyes, and seemed quite hungry. Lila named him Whiskers and decided she would help him find his way back home. She gently cradled Whiskers in her arms and set off on her quest around the neighborhood. First, she visited Mr. Thompson, the friendly grocer, who always had a kind word for everyone. "Have you seen this kitten before, Mr. Thompson?" she asked. He shook his head, but gave her some milk and biscuits to feed Whiskers. Next, Lila skipped over to Mrs. Plum's garden, where she was greeted by a chorus of chirping birds. "Good morning, Mrs. Plum. Is this your kitten?" Lila inquired, her voice full of hope. "I'm afraid not, dear," replied Mrs. Plum, who suggested checking the nearby park. Determined, Lila continued her journey to the park with Whiskers. There she encountered her friend Sammy, who was flying a colorful kite. "Hey Lila, who's your new friend?" Sammy shouted from across the field. Lila explained her mission, and Sammy decided to join the kitten-finding adventure. Together, they asked every person in the park, but no one recognized Whiskers. Just as they sat down to take a break, a young girl with pigtails approached them crying, "Have you seen my kitten? He's gray with green eyes," she sobbed. "Is his name Whiskers?" Lila asked excitedly. The girl's eyes lit up, and she nodded eagerly. "Oh yes, yes. Thank you so much," she said, hugging Whiskers tightly. The two girls became fast friends, and they all celebrated with a picnic in the park. As the sun began to set, Lila waved goodbye to her new friend and Whiskers, feeling happy and proud of her adventure. From that day on, Lila was known as the girl with the biggest heart and the best finder of lost things in Sunnyvale. And every time she heard a meow at her window, she smiled, ready for her next big adventure. Thank you for your subscription.